This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends, what's going down? It is a Thursday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew. Charley Hoffman will join us coming up in just a little while. He's going to talk about the Farmers Insurance Open, which is happening next week at Torrey Pines, plus all of his foundation stuff that's happening around town. Lots of good fun events to do or to be a part of if you're still willing to do that kind of stuff right now. Charley Hoffman will join us coming up in just a couple of minutes. I'm also just going to remind everybody that tomorrow between 10 a.m. and noon, Grande will be at West Coast Barbecue down in Chula Vista, 2330 Proctor Valley Road. So for those of you that are making
salad.
Yeah, for those of you that are making potato salad, Tommy, I'm talking to you, pal. Alex doesn't eat things with mayonnaise in it, okay? And so, I know you're working hard on your potato salad today, dude, but he don't want to eat it. Guy don't want to eat it, you know. And Browner says potato salad's at the top of his list of things you don't eat when people give them to you.
Number one, survey says, ding, potato salad. We got a good one today for y'all.
Yeah, 100 people surveyed. 100 people surveyed, top 5 answers on the board. These are things that you will not eat when people bring them to you, but
like
you didn't
strangers?
see them. Yeah, like when people that you don't know well and you didn't see them cook it.
Can I give you my top 5? 3?
Survey says, bing.
Well, number 1, anything dairy. Anything with dairy. That
Mhm.
means mayo, ranch, cheese, eggs, anything. Obviously, you guys know what dairy means, but number 1, if it has dairy in it, don't give it to me. I ain't touching it. I don't know how long it took you to get to East Lake. I don't know how long and what temperature you've been storing that at. Don't give it. Deviled eggs, slap that off the tray. Get out of here with that thing.
Wow.
Number 1. Number 2, any fish. Any fish.
Really?
As soon as that fish turns bad, I don't know where it's been. I don't know if you've been storing that thing properly in your freezer. No, thank you. Don't give me any sort of fish. Adios. Number 3, marijuana. I ain't touching yours. Okay? Don't give it to me. I ain't going to share anything with you. Get it out of here. I don't know what you done with it. I don't know where it came from. I go to Torrey, and I only do things from there.
You know, that's funny you say that. Just by the way,
let me tell you
that's
something
funny.
right now, bro.
That's very funny because you know what? In the world that we're living in now,
Oh God!
like if you had like something that you were using, if you were smoking a joint or you were hitting a vape pen or something like that,
Yeah.
and one of your friends was like, "Yo, let me see that," I'd be like, no, not
bruh.
anymore. No, dude, that's the way it is. You puff, puff, pass. You share. No, not so much anymore.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead, Brown. What are you gonna tell us?
I don't smoke weed with people. Here's the number one reason why. I've never been a fan of watching somebody lick a blunt, light it, and then pass it to the next person. Bro, I don't know where your mouth been, and now you done put your tongue and lips all over this thing, and I'm supposed to suck on it too? No, player, I'll pass. I am a solo smoker. I have never smoked a single. And you can, two of my best friends, avid smokers, very clean people. You can ask them, they've never seen me smoke a single solitary blunt or joint with anyone because it is gross.
Well, that's my number 4 thing.
But dude, I was in the old school.
It was nasty then. It was spit then.
It was, but nobody thought about it. You could be at a concert, total strangers standing next to you, smoking a joint, and you'd be like, "Yo, I'll take a hit of that." You know, total strangers. You don't know these people.
You might as well lick their tongue.
Yeah.
I mean, boom, it's true. Okay, go ahead, Alex. What else you got?
I don't think I have a 5th, but my 4th would be anything that I got to put my mouth on that you already put your mouth on.
No thanks.
Whether it be a drink, whether it be a whatever.
Waterfall.
Not happening.
Waterfall.
Not happening.
Yeah. Waterfall, bro. Ain't no putting my lips on that.
Beer bong, regular bong, anything that you put your mouth on that I got to put my mouth on.
The blunt,
thank you.
The licking the blunt and then giving it to somebody. Hey, all right, your turn. No, it ain't my turn, brother.
You know, it's funny you say this. I have an acquaintance, and he's always pushing his drink on me.
Ew.
You know, like he'll be like, "Oh my God, this is delicious. You have to try this." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm all right. I don't want to try it." But he's like one of those pushy people. He's like, no. You have to try this, dude. This is unbelievable. It's delicious. You got to try it right now.
Is this the guy who wants you to spit in his mouth?
No, a different guy.
Oh.
That guy, no. But this a couple weeks ago, and we met this other couple for brunch, And when we got there, he was already drinking, it was like the whole hair of the dog thing, which I don't subscribe to. Like if I drink a lot on a night, I don't drink the next morning. Like I hydrate the next morning. Now I know a lot of people.
That's what that is.
No, a lot of people like that. A lot of people are like, I like to drink, but then I'm kind of not feeling so great. So then I'm going to have a Bloody Mary, or I'm going to have a mimosa, or I'm going to have something else. And they call it hair of the dog. And I don't even know where that comes from. And I don't want to drink the next day. I want to hydrate the next day. So we show up at this restaurant, and he's already ordered some kind of it looked like a milkshake, but it was an alcoholic drink. Yeah.
So good.
But it was very creamy and
definitely a White Russian.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's been drinking on it. Right. And he's like, dude, you got to try this. I'm like, yeah, thanks. No, thanks. He's like, no, bro, you got to try this. It's unbelievable. You have to try it right now. And he's pushing it on me. And I'm like, nah, man, it's cool. I thank you very much. It's really sweet of you, but no, I'm good. He's like getting very aggressive about it. And I finally look at him. I go, brother, listen to me. There's not anything you can say to me right now. Nothing that is going to have me try this. So take your freaking drink, move it across the table. I'm not drinking it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, somebody's got some kind of drink and they're pushing it on you. Like, oh,
especially nowadays, anything after March 2020, things changed, dude. Things changed. There's a trend going around for a while. Like, what's the craziest thing we did before COVID that was totally normal? Mm-hmm. Passing blunts, sharing drinks, anything you put your mouth on, all that stuff, dude. Like, hey, no.
Look, I'm going down in history as the only black man that have never passed a blunt.
Never passed.
Never passed.
Yeah.
Never passed.
It's funny you say things change. It actually gets me to another story I wanted to get to here this afternoon. And before I do want to send a shout out to one of our great sponsors, and that's Corky's Pest Control, 1-800-901-1102. I was yesterday afternoon, Corky's came to my new place. Now, I'm not moved in yet, okay? I mean, for those of you that are listening on radio, you probably don't know the difference. For those of you that are watching on YouTube or on television, you'll know the difference. I mean, there's white walls behind me. I got crap stacked up. I got this one television monitor over my shoulder. So I'm not in. I'm just in the beginning phases of a move. And the most important thing to me was setting up my office right away and setting up a place to broadcast. So, but I did remember, because when moving, one of the worst things about moving, it's kind of like losing your wallet. You lose your wallet and you got to call this credit card and this bank and you got to start canceling cards, right? Moving is kind of the same way. You got to call the electric company, you got to call the water company, you got to call the trash removal company. You got to call all these places. Hey, I moved from here. I'm up here. Continue the service here. Change cable companies, whatever. So I called Corky's Pest Control. I said, hey, I had to get out of that Solana Beach house because of the mess, and I've moved. They came yesterday to do my first service, and when they were done, they leave a bill on the front door. Now, I get it on email and I get it on text as well, but they still leave a hard copy bill. But take a look at this right here. Refer me to get $50. So if I've got a friend who's a neighbor next door and I say, hey, who's your pest control company? And they say somebody else. And I say, well, hey, use Corky's. I get $50. That's a really, really smart way of marketing. So make sure you're taking advantage of this whole thing right here, because if Corky's willing to give me $50 to refer my friends and my neighbors, I'll take that money. Seriously, the customer referral program from Corky's Pest Control. Call 1-800-901-1102.
Corky's.
Yeah, Corky's Pest Control.
Yeah.
You get $50 if you refer a friend.
We need to get the hit list back. I had a good hit list today.
Okay, you want to go for it?
I had a good hit list today. Yeah.
Because I was about to tell you that I wanted to Alex had made the point about how things change. And what I was going to say about that is this. And then if you would like to do a hit list, I'd love to hear it. As far as things changing, there was a report yesterday afternoon that Jim Harbaugh, the coach at Michigan, and there's a lot of local to this story, because Jim Harbaugh not only finished his career in the NFL as a player with the Chargers, but began his head coaching career, because his coaching career really began in the Raider organization. But his head coaching career began at the University of San Diego. And Jim was a San Diegan. He lived here for a long time. And then, of course, from the success of USD, that turned into Stanford, as I recall. Does that sound right? Did he go from USD to Stanford?
Mm-hmm.
and then Stanford to the
San Francisco.
49ers,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Niners to Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So, and maybe there's one stop. I don't know if I'm getting it all right, the chronology. I feel like I have
Sounds
it
right to
somewhat.
me.
Yeah. But Jim Harbaugh, his reputation was he's never been anywhere more than 4 years. So USD was 3 or 4 years. I think it was 4.
USD
then-
2004, 2006, Stanford 2007, 2010, Niners 11 to 14, and Michigan since 2015.
Okay. So this stay at Michigan is the longest stay of Jim Harbaugh's coaching career. And my guess is, I'm just throwing out a guess here, that Jim took over the Michigan program because the 49er thing turned into a disaster. The Michigan deal is, this is where my roots are, this is where my family's from, kind of thing. And I want to help Michigan, my school, get back to national prominence. Well, he probably didn't think it was going to take him 7 years, which it has. But because of the way Michigan played this year, makes it to the playoff. So they didn't win. They didn't play in the national championship game, but they made it to the playoff. They beat Ohio State. By all accounts, they're going to have the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft with this defensive end that they've got. Jim Harbaugh, I think, can look in the mirror and say, you know what? I've done right by my school. And I've put my school and its football program back to where I wanted it to be, back to where Bo Schembechler had it when I was playing. And I think Jim Harbaugh can look in the mirror and say, I've done what I can do at Michigan. It doesn't mean the job is complete, but I don't think that winning a national championship is so urgent in Jim Harbaugh's life that he's like, hey, job's not done. I'm not going anywhere. Job's not done. So there was this report yesterday that if Jim Harbaugh received an offer from the Raiders, he would take that job. So I called Jim Harbaugh's lawyer / agent / really close friend. I'm not going to say names, but this guy happens to live down in Coronado.
Whoa.
And I've known him for years. And anytime we've ever had Jim on the show, it's because I've been able to call this gentleman and he's been able to hook us up with Jim. So I connected with him yesterday and I said, hey, there's this report that Harbaugh would take the Raider job if offered. What do you think? And he writes back to me, and this is what he said to me. He goes, well, do you know, are the Raiders interested in Jim? And I'm like, okay, are you pulling my chain here? Are you jerking around here? Or are you being serious? And he wrote back and he's like, listen, I'm just going to tell you right now, if the Raiders offered Jim their head coaching job, it is highly likely that Jim would want to take that job. But thus far, according to this gentleman, no one has reached out and made an offer to Harbaugh on this Raiders job yet. But I will say this. It kind of reminds me of when, I'm losing his name here for a second. Who's the former Raider quarterback? I worked with him forever on
Rich
CBS.
Gannon.
Rich Gannon.
Look at me.
That was good, Browner.
Wow.
That was bad by me and good
Got
by
a
you.
name down.
Bad B, good you.
Hey, hey.
Rich Gannon, when he connected with John Gruden, those were two guys in the right place at the right time to work together. I wonder if Jim Harbaugh could look at a guy like Derek Carr and think, really great leader. He's had a lot of bad luck as the Raiders quarterback. They've turned over coaches and offensive coordinators. They've moved cities. They've had different GMs. They've had a complete roster overhaul. There's only been one guy here throughout all of it, and that's Derek Carr. Could Jim Harbaugh and Derek Carr be the Gannon-Gruden combination of this era of Raider football? But the end-all, be-all to the story is that according to this gentleman that I know, and by the way, this guy's name is plastered all over books. There was a book written years ago about how the deal got done to get Harbaugh from San Francisco to Michigan. And this gentleman who's from Coronado, his name is plastered all throughout the book because he's the guy who brokered the deal. But he told me yesterday, he said, if the Raider job is available and it's offered to Harbaugh, he would take that job. I'd love to see it.
I think, in all honesty, I think he would take that job because he'd have 100% control over that franchise. I think that's what he wants. The reason why I think USD was a stepping stone to get to a bigger place, which was Stanford. And I think he just kind of ran his course with Stanford because he rubbed people the wrong way. It was famously reported that's what happened in San Francisco. He kind of rubbed people the wrong way. He kind of wears on you after a while. At the University of Michigan, when he didn't win as soon as they wanted him to, they wanted him to give money back. Now, all of a sudden, he's ready to go back and go somewhere else to a place where he will have complete utter control over the franchise. The owner's a weird dude. Jim Harbaugh is said to be a kind of a weird dude. They might get the same haircut, put khakis on, and get along. Who knows?
I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to put khakis on. I mean, Jim likes his khakis.
Right. And Mark likes his haircuts. So, they might show up at the press conference with matching khakis and haircuts.
Yeah, I mean, what's the average lifespan of an NFL head coach, anyways? How many Bill Belichicks are actually out there? I mean, what is it? I'm looking at the list now. Belichick, Sean Payton, Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh, Pete Carroll, Andy Reid. Those are your longest tenured coaches. That's 6 coaches out of 32 that have been a coach for longer than Sean McDermott, who's 2017. He's the 7th longest tenured head coach. So if you're talking about you're going to come into a place for only 4 years, yeah, but what did he do in those 4 years with San Francisco? He wasn't able to win a championship or a Super Bowl, but he was there, and he lost to his brother. So if you're the Raiders, if you're Mark Davis, why did you fire Mike Mayock? You can blame it on his picks, which most people would, or you can set it up that, hey, I'm going to go get the guy. I'm going to go get the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get the guy that's not only going to bring some stability into this franchise, but someone that's going to kick this franchise in the ass and get it to another level, because we're right there. We made it to the playoffs. We're right there. We're close. We need a head coach to elevate us. We don't need a first-time head coach. We need a real strong head coach. And if you're Mark Davis, if Harbaugh really wants it, which you were told he wants it, I'm calling him today.
Yeah, I feel like
you got to give Mark Davis that guy's number. Maybe he doesn't have it.
Well, I'm sure he can get it. What Mark Davis had in John Gruden is, and whether you thought Gruden was ever going to get them to where they wanted to go, that's all debatable.
Right.
Didn't look like it, certainly. But Mark Davis wanted to have somebody that he trusted as a football man, and John Gruden was Mark Davis's football man. In fact, Mark Davis gave John Gruden, more power, if you will, than Mike Mayock had. Mike Mayock was there to serve John Gruden. Once Gruden was gone, Mayock's gone. By the way, speaking of Gruden, just on a side note, the NFL yesterday came out and, they're trying to get this John Gruden lawsuit dismissed.
Good luck.
Yeah. Alex, can you show us the NFL's statement? And maybe you could read it to us. Here we go. This is from the NFL's motion to attempt to dismiss the John Gruden lawsuit. Go ahead, Grande.
Gruden does not and cannot dispute that he wrote the published emails. He does not and cannot dispute that he sent those emails to multiple parties, nor
those two words are
combined.
So it's not parties,
senors.
No, it's not parties, senors. No, it's parties, nor.
Does he claim that they were somehow altered? I literally copy and pasted this. So
that was very Ron Burgundy of you.
Parties, senors. Does he claim that they were somehow altered or edited, and that the repugnant views espoused in them were not in fact expressed by him? Damn, this is like poetic. Instead, Gruden filed the instant complaint against the NFL and the commissioner, painting himself as the victim in a fictional story and seeking money through the baseless claims against the NFL.
Yeah. Well, I don't think John Gruden was suing the NFL because he was denying that he wrote these emails or that the contents of the emails were, to use their word, repugnant. John Gruden is suing the NFL because those emails were buried and they
for a long time,
and they were never going to see the light of day. And the investigation into the Washington football team and Daniel Snyder, somebody grabbed those emails that had access to them, and somebody planted those emails in the media with malice, by the way. There was no reason for those emails to come out. I'm not saying John Gruden's some wonderful guy and that he sent things that people considered to be racist emails. Okay, fine. That happened. He wasn't an employee of the NFL at the time. And he paid the price with his $10 million a year job because somebody inside the league office leaked those emails to the New York Times or whoever it was. So, the NFL will do what it always does, which is try and weasel their way out of this whole thing. Pay them to shut up and tell them to go away.
That's one of two things is going to happen from this. Either they're going to pay him to shut up and go away, or they're going to keep putting out press releases and memos like this, and he's going to crater the upper management of the NFL because He's going to demand that every one of those emails get put out. There's owners in there. There's ESPN representatives in there. There's Fox representatives. There's a list of people in those emails that you cannot let those emails out that are talking just like John Gruden. And so you're going to have to pay him.
Release the emails.
Right. Because that's what he's going to demand.
But this gets all back to Jim Harbaugh, which is if Mark Davis wanted a football man to run football operations and coach the team, he had it in John Gruden. He wants it now. He wants another guy.
Ask your guy how much you want.
Same John.
Because if he wants 10 for 100, that ain't happening again.
No, I think if you're 58 years old, you're Harbaugh, and I would say if Harbaugh could get himself a 5-year, $45 million contract, something like that.
No way.
What do you mean no way? What do you mean no way? Why not?
He's going to have to be the highest paid coach. Period. If I'm him, I'm leaving Michigan. You make me the highest paid coach. We got a deal.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
He's got all the leverage.
He does, but I don't know that he's that.
Talk to Jim. He knows what he wants.
Well, I talked to Jim's guy. All right, stick around. Speaking of talking to a guy, Charley Hoffman, PGA Tour star from Poway High, getting ready to join us to talk about Farmers Insurance Open, which is coming next week. Charley Hoffman, next on Kaplan and Crew. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. Stick around.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
We are very proud to announce that the Mightier 1090 is SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate. Introducing the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. One of the largest radio stations in North America just got bigger and better. Joining forces with the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
When California weather conditions create a high risk for wildfires, electric companies may shut off power in some neighborhoods as a precaution. These public safety power shutoffs could affect homes and businesses and interrupt power to your home, devices, and even our Cox facilities. During a PSPS, we'll work hard to keep customers connected to their Cox services in conditions that are safe for you, our employees, and our community. For information and updates, follow us on Twitter and visit Cox.com.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health.
I'm Erica Cardenas. On the next episode of Your Health, we're kicking off the new year with healthy lifestyle tips. We tackle and bust health myths and need-to-know education about the COVID-19 vaccine.
Watch Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living, Mondays at 9 on YourView.
I founded Driveway Auction after working in the automotive industry, becoming a dealer and questioning the process that puts consumers at a huge disadvantage when selling their cars.
The big difference between Driveway and the other services is that Driveway works for you. If you've ever tried to sell a car, you know that it's an awful process that makes you either go and meet strangers in parking lots to take test drives or sit at the dealership for hours and hours while they wear you down. Driveway eliminated all of that.
With Driveway Auction, we come to you, so we complete the 40-point vehicle inspection from the comfort and convenience of your own driveway.
We send an independent third-party inspector to take measurements of the car, take pictures of it, evaluate the condition.
We use that information to advocate for you, using our network of buyers to compete. And when they compete, you win.
They take over the whole process, and you don't have to do anything.
Our clients get more money and a better process with Driveway.
Everybody at Driveway made me feel so comfortable during the whole process. It was a great experience.
Wilsey Asset Management is an investment advisory firm registered with the SEC. We're a firm that's a fiduciary firm, and we manage $500 million in assets for clients and businesses nationwide. We do better when our clients do better. You want to have a win-win situation. I saw the same thing with charities. Some of the charities that we're involved in would include Crews for Kids. Another organization that we really helped a lot was Children's Hospital. And there's also other organizations that we help as well in addition to those.
Kind of growing up and seeing how involved my dad was in the community, it really rubbed me, I'm going to say, in the right way. I did kind of take that one step further, I would say, and actually did start my own charity. It's called the Fighters Fight Foundation. What we do is we actually provide experiences to women that are battling stage 3 or stage 4 breast cancer. Our charity is not just about providing the experiences for women, it's also too on educating people. If you want to get involved in the foundation, you can go to our website, fightersfightfoundation.com.
1090 just got bigger and better. Please join us in welcoming SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate, the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. NFL, MLB, NBA, live game, the best sports talk programming with the largest signal in all of California. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Explore the Southwest lifestyle, the culture, the music, the food, y más. Join hosts J.R. Cardenas and Vanessa Ramirez on Su Vida.
Welcome to 2022. Did you make a New Year's resolution?
We have the top 10 most popular and our advice on the next Su Vida.
Watch Su Vida Sunday night at 7 on YourView and YourView.com. Brought to you by Prospect Home Finance. Fast, friendly, affordable.
When doors open for kids, they change lives. For over 75 years, the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater San Diego has been opening its doors to provide a safe place for kids whenever they are out of school. A place with caring mentors and opportunities to focus on academic success, healthy lifestyles, and character building. At the club, we do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid that walks through our doors by inspiring, empowering, and changing lives.
Here's Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
University of San Diego women's basketball takes on St. Mary's tonight. The Toreros are coming off a loss to Gonzaga last Saturday. Kiera Oakrey had 24 points, a career high, beating her previous record of 22 points that she set on January 8th. She scored 15 of those points in the fourth quarter, shot 6 of 9 from the field, and 3 of 4 from the three-point line. Kylie Horsemeyer and Laura Ekstrup both had 8 points each. USD kept up a solid defensive effort, notching 10 steals and 36 rebounds. Jordan Edwards led the team in steals with 2 in the first quarter. The last time USD met up with St. Mary's, they got the win 82-73. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by YourView.
Prospect Home Finance, San Diego's mortgage leader, is celebrating 15 years of happy clients. HomeFinance.com is the go-to resource online or on your mobile device to discover your best home loan options.
Hi, I'm Jason Bondrak, CEO at Prospect Home Finance. I want to say thank you to all of our clients, both past and future. As part of our 15-year anniversary, we'll close your home loan in 15 business days.
Start your easy home finance process today at HomeFinance.com.
When California weather conditions create a high risk for wildfires, electric companies may shut off power in some neighborhoods as a precaution. These public safety power shutoffs could affect homes and businesses and interrupt power to your home, devices, and even our Cox facilities. During a PSPS, we'll work hard to keep customers connected to their Cox services in conditions that are safe for you, our employees, and our community. For information and updates, follow us on Twitter and visit Cox.com.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
Hey, great friends. It is a Thursday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew, along with Grande and the Brown Man, and we come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. So, it kind of just sneaks up on me, I feel like, every year, because I get myself so caught up in the NFL playoffs and kind of getting, prepped up for Super Bowl. And then all of a sudden you realize, oh my goodness, the Farmers Insurance Open is going to be here in San Diego at Torrey Pines next week. But I always think of the beginning of all the festivities Sunday night at the Belly Up when Charley Hoffman puts on his big show. And it just so happens, Alex, as you know, earlier in the week, actually it was last week, when we were talking about Eric Weddle coming out of retirement and going to the Rams, I was really specific. I was like, the last time I've even seen Eric Weddle was at the Belly Up at the Charley Hoffman Foundation event. And I think it was 2020. I think this is like right before COVID even happened. So I was talking to Charlie and I'm like, are we doing this? Are we going to do it again this year? And he's like, yeah, we're doing it.
We're back.
They're playing the tournament. You might as well have all the festivities that go with it. So along with Grande and the Brown Man, here comes PGA Tour star Charley Hoffman back on Kaplan and Crew. What's up today, Charlie?
What's up, great friends? Great to be back on your show as well. I mean, Weddle was supposed to play my event. I told him and I texted him, I haven't been that excited for a football game in a long time. Obviously, Eric's a good friend and a supporter of the Charley Hoffman Foundation. He was going to come to the event like he always does, and got the call a couple days ago, and he's like, I'm going to play again. So I was pumped to see them play well and win. So I'm not LA anything fan, but I definitely am an Eric Weddle fan.
Well, what did you think though when he calls you and he says, hey, listen, I just want to let you know I can't come to the event? And you're like, oh, that's too bad. With everything okay? Yeah, I'm coming out of retirement to play in a playoff game. Guy hasn't played football, Charlie, in 2 years. He said he's keeping himself in shape like as if he is still playing, which I think is really impressive. But what was your reaction when he told you he was coming out of retirement to play?
Yeah, it was via text, and I was just more like, hey, a pump for you to come out, be safe. Obviously, more as a friend, like make sure you do everything right. You can still kick some butt. It's more motivational than it was anything about the foundation. Obviously, he had the win not to be in my foundation event or help my foundation out. So we were obviously pulling for him not to be here, just like a lot of things I have to do. Success, sometimes you miss some things, but it's great to see him and his family rally behind him and support him. Obviously, wouldn't be anything more fitting than Eric Weddle getting a ring with the Rams in LA during the Super Bowl. I mean, him from LA, I think it's giving me chills thinking about it. It's one of those things, who knows what happens. It's almost like meant to be. I mean, one of these things for him. So I'm pulling for the Rams. I'm pulling for Eric. And first and foremost, hopefully he is healthy, but through this process of going back into the league, we know the older we get, the easier it is to pull muscles and hurt things. So I hope he stays healthy and then wins a Super Bowl ring on top of it.
How about that Tom Brady storyline?
Which part of it?
That he never was able to beat Tom Brady in the playoffs. Like I don't think he has a career victory over Tom Brady when he was with the Chargers. And now he gets to go play Tom Brady and possibly beat him for the first time ever.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually, I think I posted something on Instagram. My only two jerseys I have house is an Eric Weddle Pro Bowl jersey and a Tom Brady signed jersey, and they're right next to each other. And I posted something like, "Weddle's coming for you, Tom, this year." something ironic like that. But yeah, it's a pretty crazy story, and obviously it hit the headlines pretty hard. And if I was Eric, I'd feel pretty cool after being in retirement for 2 years and get that much pub out of coming back for some playoffs.
You're so right about that. We're talking to Charley Hoffman this afternoon, and the Farmers Insurance Open will happen at Torrey Pines next week. Charley Hoffman and his foundation have a bunch of events starting, as I understand it, this Sunday night at the Belly Up. I'll talk about that here in a second, but it is true. There was the initial rush of Weddle talk, like, can he do it? Is he in shape? If they need him, they could be in big trouble. I think he played a total, Alex. I think you came up with it the other day, like 19 plays on like 60 defensive snaps. And I just remember this, Charlie, watching a few of the plays, like where I focused in on Weddle, and I thought, I just want to watch him. And there was never a time where it was like, gosh, he looks slow. He looks old. He just made a massive mistake. Like he looked like as if, I mean, put it this way. If you didn't know that he was retired for 2 years, you'd be like, yeah, that guy belongs.
Well, I promise you, I know Eric well enough that he studied day and night to make sure he was prepared for those games mentally. Physically, he may not have been top of his game, but I guarantee he studied plays in and out, and he was in command of that defense when he was out in that field. And obviously, that respect's earned through the years of him in the NFL. But I guarantee he was prepared, and everybody had their ear open if he was yelling something at him and saw something on the offense and be ready on the defense. But you know what? I think he played less because they had such a big lead, just to make sure he didn't hurt himself too bad or at all. So hopefully he doesn't have to play as much in the next game also. But you know what? I think he can go majority of the game just because he's Eric Weddle. Oops.
All right. Well, Charley Hoffman's getting a call right now. Hey, by the way, you're sitting in your car. For those that are listening on radio, they don't see this. You're wearing your Padres hat. I'm curious, where are you and what are you doing right now?
I'm at the Farms parking lot going to practice putting with Derek Ueda, a local pro in town, and Xander Schauffele, obviously a PGA Tour professional. So we practice putting together and just sort of feed off each other, do some competitions. And that's what I'm in the parking lot, getting ready to do that, taking a few minutes out before I start the grind today and getting ready for the Farmers Insurance Open.
All right. Hey, last thing on football real quick. So you mentioned you have a Weddle jersey and a Brady jersey. Weddle, you're close with. So I understand why you have that Weddle jersey. How'd you get the Brady jersey? Is there a story there?
The Brady jersey came from an auction. I think I was at one a while back, and I'm like, this guy is. It's in New England. It's one of those. It's like, if you're into sports or anything, it's one of those you had to buy. It's for charity. Get a Tom Brady signed jersey. I like collecting memorabilia. I got some baseball. I got some Gwynn stuff at home. I got some Maddox stuff. People that I know. I got a bunch of football signs, and I enjoy memorabilia. Just usually something special about the guy that signs it, or something like that, or one of the best in the sport. So I collect my fair share of memorabilia, and the Brady Weddle jersey is one of them.
What have you seen that you were not able to get? Because obviously, when you travel a lot, you're a pro golfer, so people invite you to stuff all the time to give them money. So, have you ever been at something and saw a piece of memorabilia and was like, "Oh, I got to win some more tournaments before I buy that"?
You know, I haven't gotten to anything that's too crazy. I've got a Heisman football that Tebow was at a charity event a bunch of years back, signed by almost every Heisman Trophy winner. Like back, I think it went all the way at the Manziel, and then that was a cool one. I got signed guitars by the Rolling Stones, U2, Jack Johnson. I just stuff that's cool to me. Like that's the music I like. So I was at an auction, they had a sign. I bought it. Usually, if it's something I want, I get it. I got a few Tony Hawk signed skateboards just because. I follow him on Instagram. He'll send some stuff out, and I'll buy it to support his foundation. Because I grew up skateboarding with Tony Hawk at Delmar, at the skate park in Delmar, where the surf and turf is now. I mean, it's just that's just I don't know. I'm sentimental to that stuff.
You grew up skateboarding with Tony Hawk?
Yeah, I used to take the bus from Poway. My brother's 7 years older. We used to take the bus from Poway to the skate park, and I mean, he was there. I mean, he's slightly older than I am, but I want to say he's between my brother and I mean, I'm 45 now, and Tony's got to be 50. So, I mean,
52-ish, 53-ish.
Yeah, so he's got to be my brother's age. So, I mean, I used to be at the skate park at Delmar Skate Ranch and skate with him. My mom has video of us sort of dropping into the keyhole and doing that stuff. But I mean, I was younger than him, but obviously he was the up and comer back then, and especially in San Diego.
Was he a star back then? Because I can remember myself, just by the way, in the mid 80s, probably like 84, 85, 83, 84, 85. Like, and I was growing up in Fort Lauderdale, but Tony Hawk's name was already like the big name in skateboarding back then.
Yeah, that was right. I was probably a little bit before that, before he'd really signed with, I would say, got his Bones name and all that stuff. I remember, Christian Osoy. I mean, I will name some Lance McGill. I mean, all those guys were sort of, I mean, San Diego was a skateboard mecca. I mean, everybody came down and skated there. I mean, every once in a while I look back at some old skate magazines and it's this Torrey Pine or this Delmar skate park or skate ranch. And I mean, it's something I love to do as a kid growing up, and obviously Tony was sort of the guy I looked up to while I did it.
Unbelievable. Charley Hoffman is here, and Charley Hoffman will be playing in the Farmers Insurance Open next week. So at this time next week, the tournament will be underway. So Charley, let's talk about what you've got going on, because I know you got to get out there and putt with Xander, but just kind of take us through what is going to happen at someone who's so hyper local like you, to have this tournament here in your hometown and to be able to raise money for your foundation. Just kind of take us through what you got going on in the next few days.
Yeah, well, it's a little messed up year. The tour sprung on us, we'll say, less than 6 months ago, that we're going to end the tournament on a Saturday.
Oh,
so the tournament ends on Saturday. I don't even know if you're aware of that.
No,
we're not going up against playoff divisional series games on Sunday. So Farmers ends on Saturday, starts on a Wednesday.
Whoa!
So my foundation's always had an event on a Monday, and usually get local, or not local. I get the pros that played in the desert to come over early and support my foundation. I didn't really invite pros this year because our tournament starts on Wednesday. We have 36 holes to prepare for at Torrey Pines. Long story short, it's a celebrity program this year. We got some retired golfers, local guys, Dennis Paulson, Bill Lundy, John Mallinger, Chris Riley. I mean, and then we got celebrities from scheduled to show up, George Lopez to Charles Kelly from Lady Antebellum, and the list goes on and on. Some Ryan Sheckler, another skateboarder guy. So it's more celebrity focused this year. It's at the farms where I'm at on Monday. But the fun event for me is the belly up on Sunday night, like we were talking about. We have Kelly James has played my event year in and year out. He's, I would say, sort of a mainstay on the local or the traveling PGA Tour circuit. If you never heard him, he's sort of like has his own music. He's sort of like freestyle raps, but he has his own band, plays music. But amazing show. We do an auction. We have hors d'oeuvres and heavy hors d'oeuvres and drinks there at the belly up. It's a great event. And then scheduled to come on stage a little bit is Charles Kelly from Lady A. Not going to put on a whole show, but he's going to come out and sing some songs with Kelly and just entertain. Just it's fun. I mean, as I like to say, Sundays nights we get invited. I get like they say, a ton of events to go do. I want this event to raise great money for the kids in San Diego, but I want people to have fun doing it. I don't want them. Obviously there's some touchy feel good things that we do support, but that is the benefit. But I just want to make sure people have fun when they come out to our event. And that's why I sort of make it lighthearted. And we have some great auction items. We're doing some live auction and some silent auction. The link comes out actually today. I'll throw it on my Instagram. Anybody can get on this link and do the silent auction stuff and bid on it. You just put a credit card down. It's safe, and we've done it for a bunch of years now and have had no issues. And
but what if somebody wants to come Sunday night to belly up? Like, are there? Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there still are tickets available. We're not expecting as big a crowd as we've had in the past because of the COVID protocols and everything. I think this day and age, I think everybody's aware of what COVID can do or can't do, and if you're willing to come to the belly up and enjoy a good time, you can wear your mask, enjoy great food and concert. I think there still are tickets available. You can go to charliehoffman.com or Charley Hoffman Foundation and figure that out. And you might be able to purchase them through the belly up. I could be wrong, but it's
Alex
a
is
great
pulling
event.
it up right now. Alex is showing it to us right here on the screen.
Yep.
Charley Hoffman Foundation charity party, belly up, Sunday night, 6:00 is the show, and it looks like there are still tickets available.
Yeah, so it goes to around 11. I tried 11, cut it off at 11 because I play the foundation event. So we go. It's a great fun event. If you want to support Charley Hoffman and the foundation, listen to some good live music and support the kids, come out and please come to the belly up.
Actually, I would love for you to just tell people who are listening and watching right now what the Charley Hoffman Foundation does support.
Yeah, Charley Hoffman Foundation. It's I'll do the long story. It initially took over for Craig Stadler in San Diego Junior Golf. Craig Stadler was a PGA Tour pro mainstay here in San Diego forever. He moved to Colorado. San Diego Junior Golf asked me to start helping out with that event, which we did. And then my wife and I sat down and go, how can we do this better? Let's start a foundation. So we started a foundation, and then we like, all right, we're going to have some things we really believe in. Obviously, golf focused as I am. I wouldn't be who I am today without San Diego Junior Golf. But then we dug a little bit deeper to to the ones that touch the heart. My brother's wife lost 2 sisters with cystic fibrosis, so we support cystic fibrosis. And Pro Kids Golf here, another local-based organization through golf, is a inner city area where kids. It's based around golf, but it's more about mentoring these kids through tough times that don't have the access to computers and tutors and all that stuff. So they have 2 campuses down in San Diego and Oceanside, and it's been a great organization. First Tee sort of modeled their program off of Pro Kids Golf, so we support those.
Oh, Charlie just buffered on us. He's sitting in his car at the Farms Golf Course in Rancho Santa Fe, sitting in his car, using Wi-Fi, using his Bluetooth, sounding great, looking great, and talking to us about Pro Kids Golf, which, by the way, fellas, you guys know our friend Howard Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Howard Wright's dad, Ernie Wright, is the one who actually founded Pro Kids Golf. So Charlie was in the middle of a nice, explanation as to what the Charley Hoffman Foundation actually supports, and now he's frozen.
Yeah. Do you want to take a look at his auctions stuff?
Yeah, let's
take a foundation. Can you guys see this?
Heights a bunch of times.
Wait, say again, Browner?
I've been to the one in City Heights a ton of times, and it's a fantastic place. You can pull up to it, and it's hidden perfectly. And then inside, it's a golf course, and you see these young kids out here, which I like to see young minority kids get an opportunity to play a game that normally they wouldn't. So it's always awesome. You
know what's happened is they've actually they went from being a place where kids kind of get off the streets and deal with academics, and golf is sort of the backdrop to. They've produced a bunch of really good golfers, kids who've gone on to play college golf. Kids who would never have had that opportunity. And shout out to our friends from Callaway Golf, because they've been really, really supportive of this organization. So we lost Charlie. Alex, you were showing us some of the auction items on Sunday night.
Yeah, let me show you again.
Yeah, let me take a quick look at these things here. What are we?
They got a whole bunch of stuff. You got Ricky Fowler autograph. Can you see this, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a hospitality package.
House
to the Waste Management Open. No, gift card to Trulux.
Yeah, Trulux is good.
Trulux is good.
Mission Bay Beach House, 1 week stay.
Ooh. That might be Charlie's house. That might be his actual house in Mission Bay. Maybe he's coming back in here for a second. Okay, keep going. Hey, Charlie, we're looking at your auction items. This Mission Bay Beach House, the 1 week stay, is this your house?
That's our house. We do full vacation rental. We use it a handful of times a year, but that's our little beach retreat.
Oh, dude, I would love to have your Mission Beach house. First of all, I love Mission Beach. What is the address there? I got to take a look at that.
815 Tangiers Court.
Oh man, that's a good spot.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's nothing fancy. It's just a little beach cottage, and it's bring the bikes down. Cars really don't fit in the garage anymore.
Charlie's all buffering all over us.
The bikes.
I understand. You bring your bikes. It's not fancy. It's just a little beach house in Mission Beach. I got the whole thing. So Charlie Hoffman, why don't we do this? Can we let Charlie go, or can we not? Can we actually not hang up on him?
Yeah, I'm gonna try right now. Hold on.
Poor guy.
There we go.
There he is. There we go. Well, hey, look. All I want to say to everybody is this: I did not realize the Farmers Insurance Open was on Wednesday to Saturday. I had no idea.
I didn't either.
Move. That's a smart move by the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
Why are we going to compete with the AFC and NFC championship games when we're not going to have anybody watching? Playing the tournament Wednesday through Saturday is absolutely brilliant. And I hope that everybody who's listening, who's been a Charley Hoffman supporter for all these years, will go out on the golf course. When you see Charley Hoffman playing, shout him out, give him some great friends love. And then also, if you want to come Sunday night, I know I'll be there this Sunday night at the Belly Up, Charley Hoffman Foundation, and you can go to the Belly Up's website, and I'm sure you can get tickets. So thanks to Charlie for stopping by.
Yeah, he says, sorry about that. Thank you for the support.
Oh, dude, I'm surprised. Just please text him back and say,
I will.
Say, I'm surprised that it was as good as it was for as long as it lasted.
Yeah,
I am too.
I feel like he started moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Technology's amazing, but it's so good. We're now frustrated when it doesn't work. And it's like, do you realize what's happening right now?
Well, dude, I can remember being a little kid and like talking on a landline phone and thinking to myself, wouldn't it be super cool if one day we could actually be seeing each other while we're talking? And now we've got FaceTime and Zoom and everything else. But yeah, it can't work perfectly all the time. I'm surprised, like I said, out there in Rancho Santa Fe at the Farms Golf Course where he's at, the fact that it lasted that long is awesome. Support the Charley Hoffman Foundation.
There's so much stuff on here.
What else you seeing?
I'm still scrolling. Like, I like, dude, it's just endless.
Yeah.
Insane.
Hey,
Trevor Hoffman, Autograph Baseball.
You know, by the way, that reminded me, as I was moving all my stuff out of the previous office, I have all these Tony Gwynn bats, and I don't know where they are. Like, I don't remember where I put all the memorabilia. I've got to figure out where did I put it.
Give me one.
I don't know where I put it. I don't know where they are.
I think you should give all of us one. We'll put it up behind us.
Okay. I don't know that I have that many, but I had like maybe.
You just said you had a lot. What's a lot?
I had like a bunch of stuff. I had like baseballs and baseball bats and football helmets and football.
I do remember the helmets.
God, where did I put all that stuff? I don't know. I'll figure it out. All right. Hey, listen, stick around, everybody. We got a lot more to get to today. I want to get to the NFL playoffs, which is what my mind has been focused on all year. And then, dude, what the America is loving watching the Lakers fall flat on their face. Okay. And I want to talk about that as well.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
We are very proud to announce that the Mightier 1090 is SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate. Introducing the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. One of the largest radio stations in North America just got bigger and better. Joining forces with the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Alive and Well at Your View want to send you and a guest on a fabulous vacation in Hawaii. You'll stay at the luxurious Fairmont Orchid Hawaii and experience their award-winning spa. Enjoy acres of gardens, waterfalls, an oceanfront pool, and white sand beach. Winners will also receive Sambucol Black Elderberry products to complete your wellness journey. Visit aliveandwell.tv for your chance to win.
Brought to you by Prospect Home Finance. Fast, friendly, affordable.
Prospect Home Finance, San Diego's mortgage leader, is celebrating 15 years of happy clients. HomeFinance.com is the go-to resource online or on your mobile device to discover your best home loan options.
Hi, I'm Jason Bondrak, CEO at Prospect Home Finance. I want to say thank you to all of our clients, both past and future. As part of our 15-year anniversary, we'll close your home loan in 15 business days.
Start your easy home finance process today at HomeFinance.com.
Here's Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
University of San Diego women's basketball takes on St. Mary's tonight. The Toreros are coming off a loss to Gonzaga last Saturday. Kiera Oakley had 24 points, a career high, beating her previous record of 22 points that she set on January 8th. She scored 15 of those points in the fourth quarter, shot 6 of 9 from the field, and 3 of 4 from the three-point line. Kylie Horsemeyer and Laura Ekstrup both had 8 points each. USD kept up a solid defensive effort, notching 10 steals and 36 rebounds. Jordan Edwards led the team in steals with 2 in the first quarter. The last time USD met up with St. Mary's, they got the win 82-73. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
.1090 just got bigger and better. Please join us in welcoming SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate, the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. NFL, MLB, NBA, live game, the best sports talk programming with the largest signal in all of California. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Today, we proudly held the ribbon cutting ceremony for our new office in La Jolla, California. Here we are in the Merrill Lynch building, right in the middle of the village, and really, really happy to be part of this neighborhood. This is really special to Prospect in that it almost signifies the fact that we've grown up officially. We have survived the past 15 years by being very agile. We come to this one amazing location from 3 separate offices. So it's fantastic having everyone under one roof. This is going to do wonders in terms of streamlining our operations, being able to communicate with someone down the hall as opposed to someone who's several blocks away is going to be terrific. Our CEO, Jason Vondrack, he's a very humble person, but I know this day really, really means a lot to him in that he has led this company for 15 years, and he started this business out of a studio apartment, and look where we are now. That's huge. I think this new space signifies just endless possibilities for Prospects. I mean, we're headquartered in La Jolla, but we do business all around the country. So our goal is to be licensed to offer home financing in all 50 states, and we're well on our way.
Prospect Home Finance. Fast, friendly, affordable.
I founded Driveway Auction after working in the automotive industry, becoming a dealer and questioning the process that puts consumers at a huge disadvantage when selling their cars.
The big difference between Driveway and the other services is that Driveway works for you. If you've ever tried to sell a car, you know that it's an awful process that makes you either go and meet strangers in parking lots to take test drives or sit at the dealership for hours and hours while they wear you down. Driveway eliminated all of that.
With Driveway Auction, we come to you, so we complete the 40-point vehicle inspection from the comfort and convenience of your own driveway.
We send an independent third-party inspector to take measurements of the car, take pictures of it, evaluate the condition.
We use that information to advocate for you, using our network of buyers to compete. And when they compete, you win.
They take over the whole process, and you don't have to do anything.
Our clients get more money and a better process with Driveway.
Everybody at Driveway made me feel so comfortable during the whole process. It was a great experience.
Prospect Home Finance is a mortgage company. We specialize in residential refinances and home purchases. So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. If you're going out looking for a pre-approval to buy a new home, meet with the realtor, we would help you facilitate that and walk you through the process from A to Z. We specialize in getting homeowners loans for their dream home, but we also do more than that. So today we came down to Ocean Beach, partnered up with Surfrider, and had some team members come down here from Prospect, all pitched together, and had quite a bit of trash to clean up.
It's really heartening to see people come out and really care for the waterways.
It was great getting out here, and we're going to do it again soon. We're always looking for ways to give back to the community of San Diego. So if you have any ideas or need any help or support in any way, visit us at homefinance.com.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas. Join Jane Klaus on Creative Living as she shares fun and inspiring ideas for enriching your life.
I'm Jane Klaus, and on the next Creative Living, we're talking about making positive changes in your lifestyle to kick off the new year. And a new career path for 2022 that could have you traveling the country.
Watch Creative Living, Sunday night at 8:30 on YourView and YourView.com. Creative Living. Imagine what you can do. Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community.
Hi, I'm Erica Cardenas. Join me on the next Doing More as we celebrate Black History Month with recognition of African American history, culture, and perseverance.
Watch Doing More, Sunday night at 6 on YourView and YourView.com. If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on Your View, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. And visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 a.m. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.